Welcome to the Sales Strategy Bootcamp with Romeo Mabasa. In this episode, we'll look at the role that a sales manager can play. It's very important for the sales manager to always reflect on previous years, especially the interactions, previous revenue that was generated, things that went wrong, and through that, learn to check what not to repeat, but what to improve, and ensure that whatever happens, you don't lose customers because of the same mistakes. A sales manager is also human, and there's always temptation to impress the bosses and set unrealistic sales targets because you also want to keep your job. It's very important as a sales manager to do things with your sales team in mind. Whatever happens, don't throw your sales team under the bus because you're trying to save yourself. As a sales manager, you need to be fair, you need to be firm, but whatever happens, never ever overpromise on the revenue target with the senior executives of the organization, because you know this, overpromising will automatically put unnecessary pressure on the sales team. Ensure that you are honest in your dealings with senior management. As the sales manager, always think about your sales team. Make sure that you build a healthy sales team, you build a healthy sales team relationships, you ensure that the team work together, you ensure that the team share their win strategies and knowledge. Whatever happens, ensure that you don't get the team divided. As a sales manager, make sure that your sales team compensation plan is fair, is progressive, and ensures that they are well taken care of. What I know from experience is that a well taken care sales team can outperform and will do an amazing job. So their compensation has to be market related and has to be fair to all of them. As a sales manager, you need to ensure that the performance reviews go beyond just bringing in money. Yes, a lot of company focus on revenue target for the sales team, but ensure that you are growing other areas of their careers as well. Because one of the killer moves that you can make as a sales manager is just to pay people without checking their ambitions also. Put together good incentives, discretionary rewards, to ensure that you encourage and motivate your team to outperform perhaps certain quarters, because you know that they will drive towards meeting your target. And it doesn't have to be expensive incentive plans. It could be mall vouchers, it could be dinner vouchers, it could be weekend away, for example. Very, very simple stuff. Putting together a sales team can be easy, but the real work starts when you have to make them to become a high-performing teams and to use their skills to infuse motivation to get the entire team performing optimally takes a bit of work. So it's very important for you to continually find ways and means to ensure that your team brings their best all the time. Put together a very good and compelling sales training for your team, and also pick their brain. Find out what training they would like to do and recommend, and get management to buy in, because in case you might need time off so that you can empower your team. You know, weekends away, Friday afternoon, just make sure that you empower them to do their job very well. As a sales manager, it's very important that you are very knowledgeable of the most industries that your business performs in, and you need to also improve your knowledge in other areas where you are not good, because your team will respect you more when your industry knowledge, analysis and trends are on point, and then you create knowledge that they can use to close their deals. As we all know, salespeople are not very fond of CRM. They'd rather be closing deals, but the business executive will need a visibility of all sales activities. So encourage your teams to use the CRM reporting and to ensure that their deals are progressing in the right way. Without this, obviously visibility won't be there and it will question whether they are working or not. As a sales manager, it's very important for you to do a thorough and aggressive analysis of what your competitors are doing. And without this, you will find that your sales team is struggling to close certain deals because the competition is also putting in traps for you and delaying your customer from closing. So always know what your competition is doing. As the sales manager, you need to build customer knowledge base. And what this means is that you need to have your top 10, top 20 customers list to show which customers are doing very well and which ones are likely to drop. And in some instances, organizations would hire a specialist to come and do retentions. So perhaps that's one function that you as a sales manager, you need to have visibility of. As a sales manager, it's very important for you to teach your sales team what you are required by the business to report on, because this will help them understand why there is pressure when there's one, and this will also help them understand your frustrations. You cannot just be fighting or shouting your team without them understanding what your pressure from upstairs is. As a sales manager, there'll come a time where you are not well or you have to attend business conferences and you are not available. Create a delegation of authority to ensure that you also give your sales team an opportunity to also experience being a sales manager. And eventually, you also have to build succession planning, and this is a good way to start. Another most effective way to build your team is shadowing. And shadowing means you give your sales team an opportunity to sit in at certain high-level meetings, to also go with you to certain customers so that they see how it's done, to see how deals are closed, to see how commercial deals are structured. But create these opportunities for your team. And of course, you can encourage further business people and entrepreneurs to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because we post content weekly. And of course, they can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's Maromza on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much, and keep watching.